Have you ever felt like your goals were so far from you? And it's not that you can't reach them or you don't have the history, expertise, skill set, or anything like that. It's the fact that every time you go to pursue them, there's something within yourself that tells you that you can't. It's something within you that says it's not the time or you're not ready yet. Well, in this short video, I'm going to show you what mind is against you that you can't see. I was having a conversation with a client and I was interested in their language because what they were confessing to me was I've done my job, me, but they themselves have not done their job. And it was interesting to me because in the initial meeting, we made it very clear on what it required for them to get that or get to that place and reach and go even beyond some of the things that they said that they wanted to do. And they said something so very intriguing to me. He said, every time I go to pursue, something tells me not to do it. I take full responsibility for my inconsistency. I take full responsibility for my burden, or I take full responsibility for what I didn't do. But there's something in me, even though I set my mind to do it, that is keeping me from actually seeing the reality of my life. And I thought that was interesting because, and of course, I'm paraphrasing. This was what I heard him say. It was interesting to me because how can your mind be set on something and you not reach it? If your mind is set, if I set my thermostat, no matter how high the temperature goes in the house or how low the temperature goes in the house, there is a consistent pattern, a consistent temperature that the house is set to. Make sure that the house is at the state of what the thermostat's temperature says. If something is set, it means that it's put in a particular place and it's put there regardless of what happens externally. And what is interesting to me is there are people who are telling you that you need to change your mindset, but in order to actually have a mindset, you have to set your mind. Many of you right now really don't set your mind. You have thoughts about what's possible, you have thoughts about what is attainable, but you never set your mind in the direction of what you are saying that you want to accomplish. It's not enough to think about it because there's a difference between you just having a thought and you setting your mind. Because having a thought says, yeah, I think it's possible, but setting your mind is you formed a way into what you are trying to accomplish, what you believe is possible. See, a mindset, it says this: I am going to do this no matter what the external circumstances look like for me. That's a mindset. I'm going to be rich no matter what. I'm going to lose weight no matter what. I'm going to and it's not that it's not attainable. The real issue is there is something at work within your mind that is keeping you from actually seeing that in manifestation, or not even just seeing it, but you pursuing it in your life. I was having another conversation a while ago, and one of my mentees said to me, there are days that I just don't feel like doing what I know I should do. And I said, wow, what a life to live. Because it's almost as if you are living your life beyond or without an intention. And whenever you live your life without an intention, you always set yourself up for you to be not only disappointed, but you to have regrets. A life without intention is a life that will be filled with regret because intention is the precursor to every outcome that you could potentially experience. When I intend to do something, I have already set my mind in the direction of it already. I've already decided. You remember a couple weeks ago we said decide, intend, and execute. So if intention is the precursor to execution, then I need to understand or figure out why is it that I can't make a real good decision and stick to it. What is keeping me from being able to get what I want or have what I want? I want you to remember this. The life that you want to live is one decision away. Period. Type that in the comments. The life that I desire to live is one decision away. It does not matter who may not think it's possible. It does not matter who has not done it. It does not matter who does not think that you're qualified for. The reality is this, that the life that I've seen is possible with a decision. It's not possible if I don't make a decision. I hope that's clear. So the question now becomes, what is at work in my mind that's keeping me from actually making the decision about what I think is possible? I don't know if I'm making sense to you. There's something in your mind called the subconscious. And your subconscious is the seat of all things that you don't see, and it makes up every decision that you make. Most of the mind is subconscious. It's your DNA. Now, when we talk about habits, habits are just sustained mindsets. Habits are not like they don't happen in a vacuum. A habit is a manifestation of a mindset. Okay. So if I'm habitually doing something, it's because and if I'm doing something consistently that I don't realize that I'm doing, it's within my subconscious. For example, when you learn how to drive, right? Initially, you're horrible at it. You're terrible. You're just trash. No one just starts driving and is a driving genius. It just doesn't work like that. But as you start to do it consistently, it becomes second nature to you. So the same is true here with your mind and with a habit. If you do something consistently over a period or a long period of time, it becomes a part of you. So, in order to break that, I need to see why I actually do that. And most of the times, you are not functioning from the mind that you use with intention. You are functioning from the place of your autopilot, right? It's like the subconscious mind is the autopilot of the mind. It's the part of you that it functions whether you think about it or not. It's almost as if it's there, it's hidden, but it's the most present part of you. I hope I'm making sense to you. Right. So think about it like this. The subconscious, I seen a actual demonstration. If you see an iceberg, you see the tip of the iceberg, but you don't see what's under the iceberg. What's under the iceberg is the subconscious mind. That's what your mind looks like. But what I've learned about people is that people don't use most of their mind. They use the mind to survive, but they don't use the mind to actually change their life, because the Bible says it like this: as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What does the word thinketh mean in the context of the scripture? It says, or the word means, it means to calculate, to quantify, to put together. So that is, as a man sets his mind or creates a mentality. And if my subconscious has been guiding my existence, then in order to change my behavior, before I change my behavior, I must change my being. And to change my being, I must change my mind. And in order to change my subconscious, I need to intentionally set my mind every single day. So the reality is this: that if you want to change your life, you have to change your mind. But in order to change the subconscious mind, you must do it manually. What do I mean by that? If you've had a money mindset that says, I don't have enough, I'm always going to be broke, you will unintentionally have a relationship with money that stems from lack, right? So when money comes to you, it's almost as if you're looking and expecting for it to leave you without it ever coming back. And this is a subconscious pattern of thought that you don't necessarily realize is there. Think about it right now. As soon as you get paid, or as soon as someone pays you, what is your first thought? Well, bills I'm going to pay. You have a mind that you have a subconscious mind that tells you that lack is always present, or lack will always be a part of your life, or you'll never have enough, you'll never be sustained, you'll never be sufficient, you'll never have enough to grow and invest. And so then you stop investing in opportunities that can potentially help you move forward, because you always see an investment as a cost or a price, rather than seeing the investment as a way to elevate. So, in order to change my subconscious, I now have to change how I view money. The first perspective of money that I have is that money is a tool for me that always comes to me. And it always comes to me with speed, abundance, with quickness, with abundance, with precision. It comes directly to me, and it always finds me. What am I doing? I'm changing my mind from seeing the dollar as something that's scarce to seeing the dollar as something that is attracted to me consistently. So instead of looking at my dollars as, oh my God, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay this debt, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I see the dollar as an opportunity to grow and invest in myself. What am I teaching you? I'm teaching you how to rebuild your mind. Because if the outcomes of your life are not what you expect, yet you say you set your mind, then there is another mind at work against you. And the mind that's working against you is the mind that you are becoming. Because no matter what you say, words will never change. Affirmations don't change you. They don't. They don't necessarily change you if you within yourself have not decided the outcome of what you say. So if I say I'm going to be a millionaire, but I don't actually believe within myself that it's possible, or I don't believe that the purpose of money is to invest, or if I don't have the internal infrastructure or the subconscious mind that aligns with that, then that affirmation becomes inconclusive and it becomes futile. Thus, I'm just speaking vain words. Affirmations are vain when you don't believe what you say. So if you don't believe that everything that you say about you is true, and every time you say it, you doubt, you just spoke out of turn. You spoke with vanity. Your words don't actually mean anything to you. Man, it's dangerous. So, how do I change my mind? How do I alter or adjust my subconscious mind? I need to intentionally set my mind, right? So what does that look like? What is your goal? Number 1. What is it that you desire? Is it more money, better health? What is it? And before I speak about it, I need to think about the goal with clarity. I need to really, really think about this goal. I don't want to be a millionaire only. I have to be a millionaire. Hmm. What will my life look like when this works out? Hmm. I'm now seeing the millions in my hands. Okay, cool. I'm a millionaire. I'm healthy. I've lost the 50 pounds. I've gotten married. I've turned my business from $100,000 business to a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, that's in my mind. So I've set my mind in that direction. And when I set my mind, I need to have a picture of what that looks like. Because most of the times people are living their lives from the perspectives, the insight, the information, and the ideologies of those people who they were born around and with. So their nuclear family is the initial teacher of everything that I am or will be in the future. Okay? So it now I need to ad- adjust my thought patterns from what I've been accustomed to and put them on something that is greater. Put them on the things that I can actually tangibly touch in the confines of my mind. So now I'm no longer saying that I can't afford it. I'm no longer saying that um this is too much. I'm no longer saying that I don't feel like going to the gym. I'm no longer telling myself I'm going to do one thing and doing another thing. I'm now holding myself accountable to everything that I'm saying to myself. So every single day now, I have that same picture in my mind. And now my actions, my day to day actions, and my day to day confessions and my day to day conversations match the very thing that I've said. Because now I'm no longer functioning from the place of subconscious, and I'm functioning from a conscious mind. I'm consciously speaking and conversing with myself and other people, everything that I desire to see in my life. Period. You've lived your life on autopilot way too long. You've allowed for life to rule you and you not rule your own life. And that was never the way that God intended it for you. Now, what I'm showing you, and this is something that I teach people all the time. In order to change your subconscious and cause your subconscious to be consistently the way you want your conscious to be, you must consciously adjust what you think, what you watch, who you listen to, and what you say. Because that's the only way that your subconscious is going to catch up. Anybody who knows me knows that you can't come to my house speaking foolishness. Why? Because I have set the temperature of my home to be at a certain level. So you can't just come in my house with all kinds of crazy talk. Mm-mm. You have to come with sense because the environment is cultivated for abundance. The environment is cultivated for wisdom and understanding and strategy and clarity, that to a point to where when people come here and they rest here, they when they leave here, they have strategy, they have clarity. They know what they need to do with their business. They know what they need to do with their life. They know what they need to do with their church. They know what they need to do with their ministry. They know what they need to do with their family. All these things because we've set an environment for our home. And this is a intentional way to undo the mindset that we have allowed. Another form or another word for the subconscious is the mental strongholds. And a stronghold is a fortress. It's a built up place that guides and directs my mind, which guides and directs my life. There are many people right now who believe that your habits will change your life. Mm-mm. That's only the part of it. What will actually change your life is what you think and how you think. However, if you don't know how to train how you think, then you will never know how to live. You will never know how to behave. The first part of behavior is be. My being must be developed to a point to where it functions in my highest capacity or on the highest level. I cannot see money as a problem and be at my highest capacity. Mm-mm. I can't see relationships as a problem and be at my highest level. I can't see my career as a problem and be at my highest level. And if I see a problem, I'm equally seeing the solution of the problem because I'm functioning from a higher dimension or a higher frequency. So in order to change your subconscious, you need to change your conscious. You need to confront your subconscious with conscious thinking and conscious confession. How do you do that? Listen to people who think higher than you. Don't listen to your friends if they think just like you. Listen to people who think higher than you. Once you listen to them, take on their language because their language is telling you something about them. Because every person can be identified by how they speak. Once I've listened to them, I need to take on their language. And as I'm taking on their language, I'm taking on their mentality. As I'm taking on their mentality, now I'm taking on their life. Now, I don't want to be a replica of them, but I'm pulling something from them that I don't have within myself. This is how you change your subconscious mind. If you want to ruin your life and you want to self destruct, allow your subconscious, the negativity within your subconscious to guide your life. Have you ever asked yourself, why do I do what I do? And is what I'm doing, is it something that's sufficient for my future? If you don't like the outcomes of your life, then you have to ask yourself, what is in my subconscious mind that's keeping me from the outcomes? Especially if you've made up in your mind that you want to do something. So your mindset must be reset. My name is JaQuan Gamble. I hope this helped you turn those negative thoughts into thoughts with intention that bring you into a greater dimension. Peace.